Many people want results and they want reward, but they don't want to do the work. Now, my question to those that don't want to do the work but expect reward, why do you feel that you deserve a reward on your job? If you know that you come in late a lot of the time, or you've done no call, no show, why do you feel that or think that you don't deserve to be fired or any type of reprimanded? And put yourself in a manager's position. If you expected someone to come in, you scheduled them, and they don't call, no show, then wouldn't you be upset at that? Because you expected them to come in and fulfill their duty, because that's what you're paying them to do. I'll give you another example. It'll hit close to home. It'll hit closer to home. If your water was off, like offset as far as the temperature, whether if it was like too hot or just too cold, and you called either the management of the apartment building or wherever your residence is, and they say, okay, we're gonna send somebody out on a Tuesday at 3:00, and then Tuesday comes, and then you end up waiting 3:00. You end up waiting 4:00, and then they come to find out they didn't show up. How would you feel? Wouldn't that make you upset? And if it happened too many times, right? Like more than 5 times on a consecutive basis, then you would consider, okay, let me find somewhere else to live, because this is not okay. Everything should be in order. Now you see how the feeling that you got. You got to put yourself in that situation. And icing off the cake, what if they charged you? What happens if they automatically charge you and they didn't show up? Wouldn't that make you mad? Wouldn't that piss you off? Wouldn't that make you furious? Then that same thought should go in. You don't deserve a raise or an increase. And you know that if your hours if you're the only few people that your hours got cut, you shouldn't be upset. Well, of course, anyone would be upset, but it's well deserved. You deserved it. It would be like, okay, I wasn't performing, right? Now, you know how insane that's insanity, right? Now, even say when you work, but if you work hard, right, and you come in before time, and then you stay later, you go above and beyond, then you could expect some increase, a reward, compensation, right? Then you can, propose to management, what's your, proposal. You can propose, a raise or an increase for your efforts. Now, it's interesting that the ones that don't work hard, the ones that don't fulfill their duty, they expect all the trimmings, all the accolades, all the rewards. And that's a person being spoiled. Maybe that person has gotten by so much, they just, cruise on by. They just blend it in, right? Or they just did just enough, and they feel like they deserve extra. Well, if you just did enough or barely did anything, you don't deserve anything extra. No increase. No accolade. Okay? So, if you're thinking that you deserve something for little, you're sadly mistaken. And your works will show through your work. Now, if you turn it around, you do the opposite, then you can say, hey, I need to be compensated. Like, say if you've worked, but if you worked an extra extra hour, and then you found out you wasn't paid for that hour, then you have every right to collect. I just wanted to share some insight on that, on why those think that they're obligated for a reward for such little work. And it helps puts it all in perspective. So before we think that we deserve something, we truly need to be honest with ourselves. And sometimes it's hard to do. And sometimes we don't want to face it, but we have to. And if you're not sure, ask your manager, ask staff on certain things, and then you'll be able to see. You will know your answers. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button on more topics like these.